Welcome to Stonewatch. Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 15, The Believer is now available on Disney+. Stonewatch, a YouTube story, men and women t-shirts now available on Teespring.com. Also now available, coffee mugs. Help support the show by getting yours today. I'll have a link down in the description. Alright, Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 15, The Believer. Written and directed by Rick Famuyiwa. Now we have a runtime of 38 minutes. Now without getting to heavy spoilers right off the bat, I want to say I did like this episode quite a bit. I think Famuyiwa did a fantastic this time around. Now he directed Chapter 2 and 6 in Season 1. Now, I wonder if he's going to reprise his role as New Republic X-Wing pilot Jib Dodger. Now, with a small little spoiler for this episode, he did not make his appearance this time around. But with one more week left to go, it still can happen. So, this week's ranking, I say that Favreau and Filoni is still tied for first. Rodriguez holds on to the number 2 spot. Famuyiwa slides into number 3. Weathers and Howard are now tied for the 4th spot, followed by Reed. Again, I'm not saying that anyone's episode are bad or just filler. I think every episode has something that adds to the story in some shape or form. I have truly enjoyed everything I've seen so far this season, I have to say. What is your weekly ranking? Let me know in the comments down below. I am now heading into spoilers for Chapter 15. Here's a brief description of this week's episode. Mando and crew free Migs Mayfeld, former Imperial sharpshooter, from a New Republic prison, so he can help them locate Moff Gideon's cruiser. At first he refuses and then says he can only do that if he gets access to an internal Imperial terminal, and believes there is one at a secret Imperial mining hub on Moak. En route, Boba Fett tells us it's a refinery for Rhydonium, which is highly volatile and very explosive. They hijack a Rhydonium transport. Mando has to go undercover. He switches into a transport's crew armor. Mando has to fight off pirates trying to destroy the transport before it reaches the facility. Mayfeld finds the terminal and his former commander. Freaking out he might get caught, refuses to go any further. Then it's up to Mando to get the info they need, but might have to show his face to do it. After getting the coordinates for Gideon's cruiser, Mando is confronted by Mayfeld's former commander. Mayfeld has to jump in and help when Mando struggles to answer the commander's questions. After a brief conversation about the old days, Mayfeld kills his former commander and then they have to fight their way out. Fennec and Dune pick off the troopers with their scope rifles. Boba expertly brings in Slave One almost even with the rooftop. Mando and Mayfeld jump on and Fett flies away. Mayfeld then shoots the Rhydonium from Slave One, setting it off, destroying the facility. Dune then realizes she was wrong about Mayfeld and decides to set him free for his help. Mando sends a message to Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon, you have something I want. You may think you have some idea what you are in possession of, but you do not. Soon, he will be back with me. He means more to me than you will ever know.
Now, I thought it was pretty cool to see Bill Burr come back into play Mayfeld. I actually liked his character better this time than I did last season, to be quite honest with you. And I thought it was pretty hilarious how he kept on giving Mando flack for wearing the transport crew's uniform, then giving a whole bunch of other flack for like not taking off his helmet, saying, now can you not take off your Mandalorian helmet, or can you just not show your face? Because there is a difference. We did get to see Mando's face again this season, and it wasn't a bloody mess like it was last time. Now Mayfeld, with the exception of the dead Imperial officers in IG-11, is the only one we know that's alive to have seen Mando's face. Now, since Cara Dune has let him go because he helped him out this time, I wonder if that's going to come into play like later on down the road, like in season 3 or 4. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Now, I thought it was pretty cool to see Boba Fett use the seismic charge on the 2 TIE fighters chasing down Slave One. Now, I thought that was an awesome nod to when Obi-Wan was chasing Jango Fett through the asteroid belt above Geonosis in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I have to say, one of my favorite parts of this episode is when they're trying to figure out who is going to go with Mayfeld to infiltrate the mining facility, and they're talking about facial recognition software, and when Mando asked Fett about if he can go, he had the best line ever.
Fett, let's just say they might recognize my face.
Man, that line makes me laugh every time I hear it. So we are now heading into the final episode of Mandalorian Season 2. And I don't know about you, but there's a lot of questions I like to have answered before the final credits roll next week. Will we see Ahsoka again? Is Bo-Katan coming back? Who's going to answer Grogu's call from the Seeing Stone? Who else is Mando going to be able to rally to go get Grogu from the clutches of Moff Gideon? Will he be able to get Grogu back from Moff Gideon? Or is that going to be the cliffhanger that takes us into Mandalorian Season 3? Because we now know, after the Disney's investors call that happened last Thursday, that Mandalorian Season 3 is going to drop on Disney Plus in 2021. I don't know, man. It's a crazy and a bummer that it's coming to an end already. It seems like it just started yesterday. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.